Hi, Dr. Phil. I just want to say that I love watching your show. And my name is Nikki, and I'm here to give my 2 cents on open marriages and negotiated infidelity. The first thing I'd like to discuss is do I think open marriages are a good idea? I believe that we first need to define what an open marriage is, because to some extent I have very strong opinions, but again, I do think we need to define what open marriages are. For the purposes of this first question, I will just say, if we're defining open marriages as having a sexual relationship with anyone other than your spouse that your spouse does not know about, no, I do not think that that is okay. But definitely under some mature conversations and negotiated agreements and understanding, certain things could work for different people. Again, I stress mature conversations and pre-negotiated arrangements. Do I think it's ever okay to go outside of the marriage? Most certainly not. Basically referring to what I just said in question 1. No. Outside of the marriage would mean that the spouse has no idea or does not know what's going on. That I don't think that is okay. I don't think that's a marriage. I do not think that that's a relationship. I don't think we should say, oh honey, it's Tuesday night, date night, let's just go our separate ways and whatever happens happens. No, that is not okay. That is not what I am discussing. When I think of a negotiated infidelity, I am thinking entirely different. So I definitely need to make sure that's clear. Again, do I think negotiated infidelity could save a marriage? Well, it depends on what negotiated infidelity is. To me, it should be something like a prenup. In the dating phase, we should be discussing how we are and how we're going to be, probably. I may love you to the ends of the earth, but I cannot guarantee you 100% that you are going to be the only person I look at sexually or attractively. I cannot guarantee you I am not going to fantasize about somebody else. And if you go to like divorce.org, they will clearly say the numbers are there. 50% in marriages in divorce. That's not a good sign. So we're ending in divorce for a number of reasons: money, infidelity, all kind of crazy things. But you know, so this is, if it's that big of a rate, that big of a percentage, I do believe that we should be discussing it up front, like we would be discussing anything else, any other potential problems, and how we're going to deal with them. That's why I do like the concept of a negotiated infidelity. However, yes, the adults need to be mature, negotiate up front, not trying to negotiate yourself out of trouble later. That's not going to work. But some mature adult conversations, some adult solutions, some being proactive, trying to, you know, ward off some of this. And I might add, I do have a reason to have an opinion on this topic. Number one, because I have been married 3 times. I am currently in my 3rd marriage. My first marriage lasted 5 years. My second marriage lasted 10 years. And now I am currently a year and a half into my 3rd marriage. I have been getting married since I was 16 years old. So I've been doing a lot of things young. I've done a lot. I've seen a lot. I have developed a type of mentality. It's definitely not a traditional mentality, but it is a working mentality that mature adults should be able to understand and perhaps reason with. Do I think there's a difference between negotiated infidelity and cheating? Absolutely. Negotiated infidelity, again, is going to be something that we can discuss, come up with boundaries, come up with rules, regulations, put these things in paper. Cheating is just cheating. There's lies involved, there's deceit involved. If a lot of these marriages are ending over maybe internet porn or pornographic magazines or just downright cheating, you know, some of this stuff can be, you know, most of it, I don't think it's about the sex, or maybe even not even about the other person. Typically, I think the problems arise from the lies, the deceit, the betrayal, all those things go way deeper, run way deeper than just because somebody had sex. I don't believe that's it. I will say that, yes, there are some good marriages. There are some good marriages that last 100 years and they only look in each other's eyes and that's all they've done for 100 years. I am just saying, I don't believe it's true. I believe, number one, well, I believe it's true, but I believe it's true in a very small percentage of marriages. I don't think that's true in 50% of marriages. Just because they didn't get divorced, I do not think that they only looked in each other's eyes for 100 years and was just happy and lovey, and that's just the only way it was going to be. I believe there were some mental cheating, some people making up things in their heads, people being attracted, secretly attracted, people lying about it, people living in guilt, in shame, in fear, in unhappy marriages, and just going through, we're going to stay together for the kids, we're going to do all these things for the kids. When in the end, the kids know that you didn't love each other. So there's got to be another way. If you're doing anything for the kids know if it's an act. And if you're not happy, you're not happy. And I think we've got to come up with some new, improved ways to ensure each other's happiness. Would I divorce my husband, or would I allow him to keep a mistress to save my marriage? No. If my husband has a mistress, there is no saving our marriage. If my husband has a mistress, we're not going to be together. We will be divorced, and you may be attending his funeral. There's no way. That's not going to happen. We need to negotiate. We need to discuss it up front. We need to see what we're going to do, how we're going to handle it. There are multiple ways. There are many different things that work for many different people. But I think we need to open our eyes and take the blinders off and stop pretending that we're going to be married. We're going to find our knight in shining armor and we're going to be married for the rest of our life. And that's all going to be the ends all be all to everything. It's not. I don't believe that that's the case. Certainly not in the majority of the successful marriages. I think the 50% that do stay married, I think half of those are living a lie. And so we better come up with something else. Again, my idea of negotiated infidelity is going to boil down to, I would say, what we've negotiated. Maybe we want to have a threesome. Maybe we want to go to a sex club. Maybe we want to do something just involving each other. Maybe not all the time. Maybe not like developing some relationships with these people. But if it's just for the joy and excitement, which is what most people seem to be seeking, I guess, or the can I get this person, or just whatever. These people, they could be married to Miss America and all the big celebrities, and we see what happens. They still cheat. It is obviously not about somebody who's prettier and sexier. That is not the case. It's just about doing something different. And I certainly see a negotiated agreement. Maybe you want to go to a sex club, maybe like a swingers club. You guys are doing it together. It's okay. It's not this, again, you've removed the lying factor, the deceit factor, the shame factor, the guilt factor. Everybody's being a mature adult, and we can decide how this is going to work. Maybe if you did go to, say, like a swingers club, maybe you're not comfortable jumping in and like going crazy. Maybe it's erotic enough just for you and your spouse to be together and love on each other, but maybe it's kind of erotic to kind of peek and see what other people are doing in a controlled environment that you both are comfortable with. So I am just saying, I do believe some of this is just a little different. Okay, thanks, Dr. Phil. I appreciate you letting me give my 2 cents.